Okay, good morning. How's it going, YouTube? As I'm sitting here making my coffee this morning, and I'm gonna feed my starter. But Clyde is like still at, let's see if I can focus this. Focus camera. Okay, Clyde is still at 800, so he's still doing really good. Look at him. He is lovingly named after my girlfriend Deborah, and Deborah won when I had 100,000 when I hit 100,000 subscribers. I had a giveaway, and Deborah was the giveaway winner, and I gave away like all my favorite things. And she recently lost her husband Clyde, so I named my starter Clyde because he's gonna be strong, just like his namesake, and he looks beautiful. So I wanted to make this video really quick because I've been talking about this container, and now I've gone through a lot of sourdough containers over the past several years, and I was using weck jars. The problem that I have with the jars is just like this. The sourdough starter gets around the lips, even the curved ones on the weck jars. Trying to get my hands in it, you know, I have hand injuries. It's always so hard to clean the jars. And I think that's the only part of doing sourdough starter that I really, really hate, is the jar maintenance. Now, so far, I am loving this container. It is big though, okay? So it goes up to 1,500 milliliters. So that's how large this is. But it's got no lip. I do believe it's like the same material. Somebody asked me if it was, you know, like thin and cheap. It's not. It actually feels like a beaker, like you would find in your science classroom. It's nice and thick, and it's sturdy. It's you guys, I can clean this jar with hot water. I don't even need soap. That's how easy it cleans out. It is amazing. So I wanted to show this. Now, the only issue I have, and a couple of you said the same thing, so look, I'm on the same plane as you. I don't care for the wood lid. The wood lid is like, you know, it's that like cheap bamboo lid. And what I noticed is the underneath of it, when you put it on top of your sourdough, it gets moist. It gets water buildup. So I have been tilting it off to the side, but it slides. I'm just not a fan of the lid. So what I did is I ordered these. These are reusable cloth bowl covers, 100% flax linen. They are organic. Okay, there's a little organic symbol there for you. So I ordered, it was like four, because there's 4 different sizes in here. So you get these little ones for, you know, mason jars. You get a little bit larger one. These would be good for this size jar or like the weck jars. You get a bigger one, which is the one I think will fit on this, but it actually might fit. One of these might actually fit. So we'll try that out together. And then you get 2 larger ones, which would fit your bowls for your mixers, okay? So it was like $20 for 4. Or it was $25 for 8. So I spent an extra $5 and I got double of everything. So let me see. I don't have one. Let's see. I'll sit you on my coffee cup. Does that work? That will work. All right. So let's see which size. Oh, actually, the second from smallest size will fit. This one would be too big, but this would fit too if you had to use it. Can you see that? There you go. But this one fits. So the second from smallest size fits. So this is what I'm going to use for the top of mine. Little bit of an investment, but if you're going to do sourdough, you spend it once and you're done. For those wondering what I'm feeding my sourdough, I am now doing one, because I'm going to be using this in a recipe on Tuesday for Anna over at Fermented Homestead. So right now I'm doing 100 gram starter, 300 grams of flour. I'm using 200 of those grams are organic all-purpose, and 100 is a dark rye. And then I put, you know, it should be equal parts. It should be I'm doing a 1-3-3 ratio, but give or take on the water, because it all depends on how dry your flour is. So you just want to mix your sourdough starter until it's like a really thick pancake batter. You don't want it too dry, but you also don't want it too wet. But Clyde here is absolutely beautiful. So I'm not going to feed him quite yet this morning, as he's starting to, you know, he's just hanging out. So I'm just going to let him do his thing. And then when I start seeing that drop below 800, I will feed him again. But I'm getting him ready for a video. I'm so excited. Oh, also, people asked about my scale. I use the Kitchenaid scale. I know some of you noticed it in my photos. I use the Kitchenaid scale. I like it because I can use 2 weights at the same time when you turn it on. You've got a scale here and a scale here. When I make bread, I use it a lot, especially when I make rolls. And also, people ask me, what's that book in the background, Heather? This one is a new book to me. I actually got this from, my girlfriend Keisha bought it, and she said she loved it as somebody who is new to baking. So I said, give me a link, let me buy it. And so what I did is I went ahead and I wrote down my sourdough starter recipe in here. But so far, I'm loving this book. There's a few more things I want to test out in here. But if you are all new to baking, this book really breaks it down. And so I want to dedicate a whole video to this because I think it's worth it. But I'll leave a link down below for you guys. I actually want to try some of the recipes first before I do a video on it. But man, does she explain everything in here, and it's a book of knowledge. So give me some extra time with that, because that's still new to me. So I hope this answers the question. This is my favorite vessel ever. I wanted to do a video on it for you guys. It's almost ready, and especially since so many of you want to get into sourdough. So I hope this is helpful. This is my setup, and I can't wait to make some sourdough with you guys. All right, I love you, and I will see you soon.